what I strongly recommend that you do is practice this and practice it by basically breaking up your different audiences. Like for me, I've got a tech house audience, I've got a tropical audience, and then I've got kind of a festival goer, newer school house audience. And that's because if you listen to my music, it is tropical. Sorry, let's start over. It is techie for the tech house audience. It is tropical for the tropical audience, but then it is also sort of this sort of unheard of sound before that sort of falls into kind of a new school, new age house that's sort of not so like discriminating. It's more like, we're open, we have a full studio with a ton of sounds, let's make house music that is current and up to date with a lot of different influences. So those are my three kind of demographics, and then what you'll want to do is think about, even though all three demographics are pointed towards my music, they all are kind of different and have different preferences. For example, this hoodie, this is definitely more on the side of kind of the techie, tech house, deep house, progressive house kind of tech house audience that I have, rather than the tropical or the new school, bright, if you will, sounding house. So the headline that would work for somebody that's wearing this kind of hoodie versus maybe a Galantis hoodie or a just general like Ultra Music Fest hoodie is something that you should consider, because there's certain tolerances of each demographic. So practice all 5 different kinds of headlines for each demographic. What 5 headlines was someone who probably likes techno and tech house and wearing a John Digweed hoodie like? What 5 headlines would somebody who's wearing a Galantis hoodie with like cats and bright colors and the Milky Way on it, what 5 headlines would they like? What 5 headlines would someone who's all about tropical house like? Practice that, because when it is go time, you'll want to just kind of have a back closet, a back stock of these headlines, and not just make a decision on the fly in that moment. You do not want to have your ad, whatever, 90% done or 70% done, and then your mind just starts racing thinking about what's a good enough headline for now. Don't do that. You're going to make a quick split decision, and when it concerns spending your money and targeting people and running ads correctly, you just don't want to do that. Stop right here, right now, and work on these headlines. Do it for an hour, see what you come up with.